Hi friends, we all know that CBIC has given a new recommendation that ITC can be availed only based on GSTR 2B. So what is 2B? Whatever the returns filed by our suppliers in his GSTR 1 will auto-populate to us in two reports, two separate reports. One is GSTR 2A and another is GSTR 2B. So 2A is a consolidated return filing report, even it is file delay. 2B is a report for the bills returns which are filed during the particular month. So obviously there are two separate reports arrived from the one single report of GSTR 1. Now the CBIC has mandated we should have taken the ITC based on 2B and there is no reference about 2A. Surprisingly, the CGST Act section 16 as amended speaks only about return filed as per section 37, which is GSTR 1. So if we are going by the words as elaborated in the Act, it seems if the supplier has filed his GSTR 1, then we are entitled to take the credit. But on the other hand, the GSTN website has a validation inbuilt which will consider only 2B but not 2A, whereas section 37 returns flows to both the reports. Okay, what is the problem if we are taking 2B? That I will explain. So as you know, the 2B is a report for the invoices filed during the month. Now we are in the February month. So whatever returns filed during January, that will populated in the January 2B. It is not necessarily be the invoices pertaining to January. Sometimes our supplier who has issued the invoice in October or November, who has filed delayedly in January, that also reflect in the 2B. So whatever return filing happened in the month of January, that alone populates in the 2B. And whatever the old bills which is already filed by the supplier, say for example in October, November or September, but we have not claimed, when we are trying to claim, it will not appear in the 2B, but it will be appearing in the 2A. This I think everybody knows this. So you are almost aware of what is the difference between 2A and 2B. So 2A is a return filed in the past will be sitting in that particular return period, whereas 2B is the return sitting in the filing period. So return period versus filing period, this is the difference. So CBIC mandates we have to take the ITC based on the filing period, that is 2B. So what is the practical problem here? I will give an example. Imagine you are a manufacturer or a dealer in Chennai, in Tamil Nadu. You are purchasing a material from Punjab. Okay. Your supplier at Punjab billed the invoice on 28th January. Obviously, it will take some 7 to 8 days to reach Chennai by truck, by road movement. So you will be receiving the material by 5th or 6th February. Now, as per the GST Act, there is one condition. You can take the credit only after receiving the material at your end. That is one point. Another point is the supplier has to file his returns. Another point is the CBIC's new regulation that it should appear in the 2B for the month. Then only you can take the credit. So, what happens in the portal now? Your supplier invoice date is 28th, right? So for him it is a sales during the month of January. So he will be declaring that sales in his January month's return. It will be sitting in your GSTR 2B for the month of January. But whether you can claim that ITC for the month of January? No. Because you received the material in the month of February. So obviously you will be declaring that in your February month's return. Now we fast forward. We are now in March. Okay. You are filing the return for the period of February. Can you see that your supplier's invoice in your 2B? It will not, because he has already filed his return in January, so it will appear in the January 2B. When you are filing your February 2B, it will not appear there. Instead, that return is well available in 2A, because 2A is based on the return period. 2B is based on the filing period, so it will not available there. What happens if you claim the ITC for the month of February? There will be definitely a mismatch between 2B versus 3B, because 3B you are showing a ITC claim, whereas in 2B there is no ITC. And if that difference is more than 10% of your total ITC, the department will serve you a notice. Then you have to go for a clarification, summons, rectification and all. That is a very tedious exercise. So what I am trying to say is, when we are adopting a uniform taxation model for a country like India, where the geographical area is very vast and the transport of goods is taking averagely 4 to 5 days, we should not limit our ITC based on the filing period. We should allow the recipient to avail the ITC based on the return period. So, if it is allowed under 2A, what will happen? Again, we go to the month of March. You are filing your return for the month of February. When you are checking the 2B, you cannot find your ITC obviously, because it is appearing the January month return. When you are doing the reconciliation for the cumulative 2A period, you will find that this particular invoice is already filed by your supplier during January and it is available in the 2A. According to section 16 of GST Act, it is an eligible credit because your supplier has complied the section 37. So my personal opinion or viewpoint is, CBIC, instead of insisting 2B for availing ITC, it should consider 2A for availing ITC. That means, as per section 16, if the supplier has filed his GSTR1 and if it is appeared in either 2A or 2B, the recipient should allow to take the credit. I wish the Finance Ministry or CBIC will do the course correction in the GSTN portal to modify that validation accordingly. Because this is a practical problem in India. The transit time is very huge. Then there is a difference in the month transit period. So obviously we cannot match pi to pi transactions. This is what I want to explain. Thank you. Take care.